Okay, let's just settle into our meditation posture. And if your feet are down on the ground, make sure they're in a parallel position and that your ankles aren't crossed or your knees aren't crossed. But if you are sitting in the regular meditation posture, make sure your legs are in a cross-legged position and that you're comfortable. So if your knees and hips are tight, you can do two things. You can put a couple of cushions underneath each knee, and you can raise your sit bones. Anyway, raise your sit bones, whether your knees are tight or not, and have them on something firm. And we want our pelvic bowl to be upright, not tipping too far back or too far forward. Hands are in the meditation mudra, the right hand nestled in the left with the thumbs touching. Welcome, Stephanie. Let's just imagine our shoulders are aligned with our hips as much as you can, and then try and glide the ears back. Glide your head back to be in line with the shoulders. This great big bowling ball of a head we have is about 10 pounds, and when it's out of line with the spine, it can cause quite a few problems in the neck and in the spine itself, posturally. So as much as you can, try and keep the bowling ball head balanced over the shoulders. So basically, to do that, you want to be thinking about lengthening upwards and then gliding the head back. So let's just imagine our spine is a string of pearls of light shining throughout your body and lengthening. The head is slightly tipped forward, eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Relax the jaw. Let's bring our awareness to the crown of the head and relax the scalp and the forehead, the eyes, and take your mind to the back of the eye socket and just relax all the muscles there. And relax the nose, area around the mouth, and then just bring your awareness to the back of the head and your scalp, particularly the occipital bone, the base of the skull, and just relax that whole area. And then as you do, notice what's happening in your face. Imagine you have a torch with a nice warm light, and shine that light into your ears. And just notice what happens when you do that. Relax your inner ear, and your jaw and your tongue, your temples. So let's just release any tension in the back of the neck, your shoulders, upper back, the throat area, and chest, belly, and limbs, hands, fingers, and feet and toes. And let's just bring the mind to the breath as you notice the sensation of the cool air as you're breathing in, slightly warmer air as you're breathing out. If there are any sounds in your environment, so if you can hear something outside, with people moving around your home or just getting up, getting ready for work or school, try not to be distracted by those thoughts, just allow them to be there. just doing their own thing. And then notice the thoughts arising in your mind. We have a lot going on in our mind. Our head is full of thoughts. Some are negative ones, some are positive ones. And some of those thoughts we're ruminating, we're engaging. So just let go for a moment, just allow the thoughts to be and let them run. Just watch them, be aware of them. Try not to judge your thoughts or engage with them. And just bring the mind back to the breath. Excuse me. And let's bring to mind all the people of our life. And starting with the people we love. Even if there's only one person in your life you love. And then those people that you like, you're friends with them. And there are people in your life who care for you and want the best for you. And then there's those people in your life who you don't like very much, who irritate you, and you irritate. So bring them to mind. And then there's the strangers. These are people we're pretty much indifferent to. We don't really think about them. We wouldn't know when their birthday is, for example. Probably don't even know their name. It's always good to remember that the people in these different categories, these different groups, could change place at any time. And maybe bring to mind examples of that. Perhaps someone has been a friend that's now a stranger, or a stranger that's now a very close friend, or even someone you don't like or didn't like is very, very close to you now. So things can change. And all of these three groups of people are equal in their wish to be happy, their wish to avoid suffering, just like you and me, and with this unbelievable potential, this capacity for this enlightened mind. So I think this morning we're going to do this meditation. It'll be a very simple purification for the benefit of all these beings. And you can maybe bring to mind somebody in your life who can't be here today in this meditation this morning. Perhaps you would like to bring them to your side. And maybe think of people in the world who are suffering. Think of extending your heart to them, and maybe a hand, offering them some comfort. So we'll start, as we usually do in the morning, with our 9-round breathing. So start this by breathing in and out equal breaths, if that's possible. So you can start with breathing in with 3 or 4, a count of 3 or 4, a nice, slow, steady count. So maybe let's just actually start by breathing, equalizing our breath without the 9-round breathing. So just breathing, inhaling, 3, 2, 1. Then exhaling, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this time pause at the top of the breath. Then exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's just try 5. So this means you need to go quite slow with the in-breath and exhaling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring it down. Inhaling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale. 3, 2, and 1. And just release the technique. Excuse me. So now, just imagine you're breathing in through your right nostril, and you can close the left nostril with your right index finger if you wish. And breathe in. You can breathe in for a count of 3 or 4 or 5. And imagine you're breathing in blissful, radiant white light. And then you pause at the top of the breath. Move the finger over and breathe out through the left nostril all this energy of unhealthy attachment, addictions, and grasping and neediness, and not feeling enough, and wanting more, wanting to be more. And this leaves your body as this kind of thick, black, yucky smoke and disappears into space. And you do that 3 times. Then you can block the right nostril. You could do this with the left index finger if you wish, and breathe in through the left, imagining you're breathing in blissful, radiant white light. Pause at the top of the breath and breathe out through your right all your anger and depression and jealousy and bitterness and grudges and disappointments. And this leaves your nostril, leaves your body as thick, black, yucky smoke. And do that 3 times. And then breathe in through both nostrils, blissful, radiant white light, pausing at the top of the breath. And then breathe out all the ignorance energy, so not understanding the way things are. Sometimes we misinterpret things, we misunderstand things. So at this level of energy, and then not understanding cause and effect. This often leads to that. And then also not really understanding this karma, how our actions kind of can lead to certain results. So we do that 3 times. So let's just do this, give it a go. Dan, we'll do it in our own time. And we'll do 3 sets of 3. Or when you're finished, just bring the mind back to the breath. If you're still going, that's okay. So we often identify with all the negative aspects of ourselves, probably more strongly than we do our qualities. In fact, I think it would be great if we could all to remember, maybe to write down a list of our qualities. And you'd probably find, if you put your attention to it, that list would be far longer than your negative bits and pieces. Well, you might be surprised. And then the other thing to remember is that the virtuous parts of ourselves, these are kind of more innate, they're more permanent. This is who we really are. This is who we always have been and who we always will be. And what we forget about these negative aspects of ourselves is that they are impermanent and that they can change. So this morning we're going to do a very simple purification, just on the breath. So again, just breathing in, and notice the inhalation, the duration of the inhalation. So you can again count if you wish, pause at the top of the breath, and then just breathe out. Exhale very gently for the same amount of time. So now as you're inhaling, imagine you're inhaling all the positive energy in the universe. And it enters you again in the form of pure, blissful, radiant white light. And just imagine that this light is flowing to every part of your body, filling every cell and atom, and making you feel relaxed, light, and blissful. So just imagine this for every inhalation. Now, as you're probably a little bit more comfortable breathing in this white light, now when you're exhaling, imagine you're breathing out dark smoke, and that all your negative energy, past mistakes, your distorted conceptions, disturbing emotions, they leave your body, leave your breath, in the form of dark smoke or fog, and this smoke goes out into space and disappears completely. So don't worry if it's going to pollute your environment or you'll breathe it back in. You won't. It's gone. Non-existent. And feel confident that you've freed yourself of every single trace of a fault or a negativity, real or imagined. So just for a few minutes, just focus on this experience, breathing out the dark smoke of your problems and breathing in the white light of good energy. And when you become distracted by thoughts or other things, feelings, sensations, sounds, simply observe them. Try not to get involved, try not to react. And you can also transform these distractions, because that's all they really are, into thick black smoke, dark smoke, and breathe them out into oblivion. And if your mind has wandered off completely, just very, very slowly and gently bring your mind back to the meditation. Okay, everybody, just relax. And let's just dedicate all the positive energy you've created this morning, all the concentration, effort you've been putting in, to all the people of our life, all the people of your life. If there's anyone specific that you are thinking of, dedicate for them. And have a wonderful day. Take care. Lots of love. Thank you so much for hosting, Matt.